You like apples. Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
I wrote an intro for this review 3 times already. Each time I discussed something else. The indie movement in the 90s, the effect of Miramax, the collab with other indie creators, and I couldn't find something great to start this review on one of my favorite movies of all time that had all of these 3 things happen and more. Good Will Hunting struck a nerve and left a long-lasting impression on me, and I will try to do it justice by trying to get you guys to watch it. So how good Good Will Hunting really is? Let's find out. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie Good Will Hunting.
Look into my eyes.
Get out, Will.
I don't need therapy.
That's enough. Get out.
In the 1990s, there were a lot of small studios taking a chance on small-time creators that have built enough Hollywood cred to actually sell their script and make a movie. Most of the movies that are remembered had a low budget and somewhat a commercial success, but mostly making their money off of secondary market in the home video. This allowed writers, actors, and creators to make a few films that are more artistic rather than full-on box office explosions, and gave some breathing room for creativity. Such is the story of Good Will Hunting.
I think you're about one step away from cutting your f***ing hair off.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I think I should move to the south of France, change my name to Vincent.
Will is a young man growing up in the streets of South Boston with a tight group of friends. He works as a janitor in the prestigious MIT University. Will is a rowdy kid who constantly gets into fights and getting arrested, but he is also very, very special. Will is a genius and he is specializing in math problems. Things come to a head when a professor for math, Gerald Lambo, posts a problem for his students outside of the class as an exercise, and he promises a prize. Little does he know the problem gets solved and no one claims said prize. Lambo posts yet another problem and he catches Will in the act of solving it.
Sorry. What do you do? Sorry. That's people's work. You can't graffiti here.
Lambo quickly finds out who Will really is after another arrest, and he takes Will under his wing to train him. But there is a catch. Will has to undergo therapy before the judge releases him from his probation, and Lambo turns to an old rival, Sean McGuire, for help.
Well, because you have the same kind of background.
What background?
Well, you're from the same neighborhood.
He's from Southie.
Together with Sean, Will tries to navigate his own fears and try to start a new life for himself.
Do you think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel? Who you are? Because I read Oliver Twist.
The movie was directed by Gus Van Sant, known for his artistic way of storytelling, and it was written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who also acted in the film, with Damon playing Will and Affleck playing his best friend Chucky. In the rundown of the story, I did not mention the love interest for Will, but it is a major part of the story. If you haven't seen the film, I won't spoil what is going on, but suffice it to say, everything is connected to everything, as Will, born with this great gift and a curse of having been much smarter than everyone else around him, and kind of forced him to hide it because he grew up in the way that he did. And when he does get a chance to shine, he really doesn't know how to navigate these waters. It takes a special individual like Sean to figure out Will and maybe find a way to help him.
So when did you know, like, that she was the one for you?
October 21st, 1975.
Jesus Christ, you know the f***ing day?
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to the acting, everyone in this movie is on top form. Whether it's Minnie Driver, Stellan Skarsgård, or even Casey Affleck and Cole Hauser, all on supporting roles and all do a great job of being those people around Will. Affleck as Chucky has his little moments, but when you least expect it, he blows you out of the water and has one of the best speeches in American film that I've ever heard. It is straight to the heart and to the point.
Why is it always this? I mean, I f***ing owe it to myself to do this or that. What if I don't want to? No. F*** you. You don't owe it to yourself. You owe it to me.
For the case of Matt Damon, he embodied the role of Will, and he made him so real. He could be one of your friends that you go out to drink with, but on a dime, he can flip and the genius comes out, and it's like him using a weapon. Sometimes it's to help out a friend, sometimes it's to push away people who may have slighted him, and sometimes is to try and fool a judge to get a lighter sentence. Damon does all and more, and his best dialogues are by far when he's talking to Sean, played by Robin Williams.
My wife used to fart when she was nervous. She had all sorts of wonderful idiosyncrasies. One night it was so loud it woke the dog up.
I'm a massive fan of Williams. I love his comedy, but I most certainly love his drama roles even more. Some of my favorite drama films are with Robin. Good Morning Vietnam, Fisher King, Awakening, Dead Poets Society, but none are better than Sean Maguire. He's the academic opposite to Skarsgård's Lambo. Both want Will to succeed, but both have their own way of doing it.
We gotta give this kid direction. He can contribute to the world, and we can help him do that.
Direction's one thing, manipulation's another.
But there is something extra. Sean has a very specific backstory, which Will stumbles upon and uses it for his advantage. But this leads to a realization in Maguire that leads him to yet another great speech that just glues you to the screen and you cannot look away. That speech is so good that if you have any life experience with what he's talking about, you might shed a tear or two. Robin manages to be completely serious and yet still playful at the same time, adding a little bit of ad-libbing dialogue to punch up his role and to make it so much better.
People call these things imperfections, but they're not. Oh, that's the good stuff. And then we get to choose who we let into our weird little worlds.
The truth is with this movie is that the script just hit a home run. It told a simple story of a man with superhero powers but doesn't know how to use it correctly. And throughout the film, and with a little bit of help and a little bit of life experience, he tries to figure out things. The script has a lot of dialogue, something that I particularly love, especially when it's done well. Some people have rumored that Kevin Smith, a buddy of Damon and Affleck, wrote parts of it, but over the years, all parties denied this. Fact of the matter is, Smith pushed Miramax to hire the pair as actors of their own creation rather than intervene with the script. But this whole rumor ordeal found its way into Smith's 2001 movie, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. To say that I recommend this film is an understatement. The dialogue is beautiful, the acting superb, and it cinematically looks fantastic. The studio took a chance on a relatively unknown and they scored big. The three main characters for me are always Matt, Ben, and Robin. All specifically have long speeches, each talking about something completely different, and all three create some sort of an emotional reaction with you, the audience, that stays in your mind for a long time. I tend to watch this movie every year close to the date of Robin's death to remind me how great of an entertainer he was. And I hope you'll get to experience the same thing as well.
Take his job, give it to his sworn enemy, hike up gas prices, bomb a village, club a baby seal, hit the hash pipe, and join the National Guard. I could be elected president.
I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.